Hey Summoners, it's Gerbz, and today I'm bringing you a Wukong top guide. Now Wukong is a champion that I have nearly about 400 games with. He is one of my favorite champions. He's actually the champion that I played to get to Platinum. I went from Gold 5 to Platinum 3 in a week by straight playing Wukong. But anyways, let's get started. Looks like I'm up against a Rumble top lane. And right now what I'm doing, since I started Flask, is I'm waiting on my 4th pot. If you're starting Flask, you always want to pick up your 4th potions. There's no really reason not to, unless if you absolutely need to leash. Now I'm waiting on my 4th potion, and here we go. And I buy it. I'm gonna speed this up until we get into lane. Now, I'm against a Rumble, so what I am trying to do is I want to kind of set my dominance early. What I'm kind of trying to do is I'm getting behind him as he's using his flame, and I want to jump on him whenever I see his flame is down. That is when I want to jump on him and just get as many auto attacks as I can. Now he's about half health, and I just keep on trading with him. I know I have the pots to be able to. He started with cloth 5, so he's going to be able to heal up pretty nicely. But what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to hit level 2. I ignited him immediately, and it was just short of picking up the kill. But I flash EQ for the first blood. It was a little bad on his part. But then I asked J4, because he was coming up to gank, but I already killed him, to help me clear the wave. J4's little bastard and smited my cannon minion. Hurry up and get to lane. Since I got first blood, one of the best items you can do is when you get first blood is to get brutalizer, because it just maximizes your damage output early game, and just see how much I can trade him. Now when I W'd right there, as I just showed, let me replay that. Now I jump onto him to trade. I waited for his shield to go down, and I traded, and I walked to the side because I knew that he would try to follow me with his flame. Now even though I could out-trade him right here, I decided to just hang back because he had a bunch of minions with him. Because you don't really want to fight people on minions, and I really didn't want to lose those minions. And we end up picking another kill after J4 ganks. It was a good gank. It set everything into motion. And I decided to clear this next wave, because I'm trying to get my brutalizer. Now I see Heckham right here, and I pop my clone so he doesn't know where I am. But he doesn't have his red buff anymore, so there wasn't really any chances of him killing me. Or how the volume is. Okay, heading back to lane. Since I picked up my brutalizer, I'm really just looking to just jump on him anytime I have the opportunity. He makes the mistake of trying to trade with me. I make it out with the skin of my teeth. So Wukong, mainly what you want to do if you're not against like an extremely aggressive early game champion. Well, if you're against a like, you don't want to go hard against a champion like Riven or like Darius or something like that. Those are the champions who want to kind of lay back. Those are kind of the hard champions to play or play against. But I clear that wave. I pick up my boots and a longsword. I'm looking to build Hydra next because Hydra is absolutely the most favorite item. My most favorite item on Wukong. Now I'm looking to just burn my ult on him. I know his flash is up because he flashed in that first fight within the first few minutes. But I'm looking to just take his flash and to do a bunch of damage to him. So he steps up and I completely annihilate him with
Courageous Giga Guard.
Did he have his flash up? Yeah, he did have his flash up. He just didn't use it. Now, what I could have done right now is to go down there and pick up Dragon. That's probably what I should have did. But I decided instead of that to get this next cannon wave and to get a little bit of damage down on this turret. Because I didn't want any chances of Rumble coming back into this game. I wanted to keep dominating him. Now, one thing you definitely can do, which you just saw me do, not correctly though, is to... This might be where he flashed, I'm not sure. Is to get your the maximum range on your Q in Pokemon. They try to get CS under turret. There, I just pop him with enough damage and the tick kills him. This is definitely a lesson on how to snowball with Wukong. Wukong's a pretty good snowball champion because he has a really good engage with his clone and E, or just E and being able to clone and get out. When you clone, what you want to do is you want to try to like go to the side or something like that where they're not expecting you to be. That's when I just blew my flash, or blew his flash. Now he knows he can't just mess with me when he's that low. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to just, I want the minions to do the damage to the turret, and I want the turret to actually kill the minions. I come down here and right now I'm watching what's going on down there. I'm pinging that I'm going in. I didn't have vision of that bush. I thought he was in the bush, or there was a ward in there. So I just was sitting here. Now the red buff was, or they did not get their red buff. Someone got it. I'm not entirely sure. I know when I jumped in there was this. I think J4 actually stole it earlier. Okay, what I did right here, which I don't really know why he stepped up so much. It was kind of dumb on his part. He thought that, I don't know whether he thought the turret was had more HP than it does, but if you look, it has like a sliver of HP. So what I do is I wait for him to step up, I jump to him, auto attack the turret real quick, and then use my ultimate. And I didn't use my W until I was going to kill him, or I was waiting for him to slow me or use an escape. You don't want to use your E unless you have to. Whether you have to close the gap or you're just looking for the extra damage because it gives you attack speed on your auto attacks, which makes him really good early game.
Shut down.
There was also something else that made me start playing Wukong again, which was when I looked up like the tier list. I forgot what site it was, but it was just some site. They considered Wukong a god tier top laner, which was a little weird to me, because I didn't think he was that strong, especially after his nerfs and things. I'm just looking for the kill on Syndra. She outplays us right there by flashing over. I had my flash up. I could have followed her, but it's not really worth my flash. Now we have a huge advantage on them. Hecarim got rolled, and he looks like he's kind of like he's going like AP Hecarim or something like that. I don't really know. I'm 8-0. I got my Hydra. So like I said earlier, is one of my favorite items. I actually wasn't trying to kill Hecarim. I was kind of trying to kill Syndra. I didn't like how she was poking me down when I was trying to farm mid lane earlier. Holds grudges. I see my teammates are pushing mid really hard, so I try to take this top turret and get some pressure down as much as I can. But there's really low cooldown timers right now, so it makes it pretty hard to push down turrets, even though we are pretty fed. I think I back from here, and then we either press mid or we try to make a call for Baron. What do I have? No, this isn't it. This is where we try to... I go over here and I pick up their red buff. I knew I was passing a ward, but I figured that there would be no one that could stop me. Now I try to push some pressure up top lane, and I'm pinging my team to just take that dragon. But I come down here and I'm heading up behind them. I shouldn't have cloned though. I get hooked, which makes me pretty delayed. Now we end up dying right there. It was kind of stupidly. And I'm still pinging dragon, trying to tell my team to get that dragon. And right now it's more or less just trying to end this game right now. I'm trying to keep lanes pushed out. We're also trying not to throw or anything. That was just a quick slaughter. Picking up Syndra. It's more or less trying to get picks, and then picks lead to turrets, especially for early game. Early game you can't really push 5 on 5 unless if you have like a hardcore tank, which J4 is pretty tanky, but it still is risky about diving in such an early game like this one. So what you really want to do when you're dominating early like this is you want to get a pick, and then after that, then you group up, and then you take an objective. The low cooldown timers make it kind of hard to get a pick and then rotate with a solo queue team, but when there's will, there's a way. So we're trying to siege right now, but they just, with their wave clear and it being so early, it just makes it hard. So this is where I back. I pick up a Bloodthirster just because there's no one on the team building armor, and it's just kind of an item that I really like to get when I'm just extremely fed on Wukong. We got the Baron. That's also another thing right there. It's picking up Baron when you're dominating the early game. Make sure you have their whole path warded, so you can see them coming, and don't risk a fight when it's for Baron, or don't risk a steal. You just wanna fight them at this point. This is where I go in. I saw that Syndra ulted my clone, so I just decided to just blow her up. But I ended up going down in the process. Now that kind of eliminates a wave clear, and with Hecarim being the bot lane, my team's able to re-engage. Show this. Team's able to just re-engage, and they're getting picks as themselves. They're just pushing for that advantage, or just pushing to end the game. I mean, Hecarim knows this game is over. He's just doing whatever or something. But anyways, thanks for watching my video. I'll be Gerbz. If you guys want to see a Wukong guide, either top or jungle, I played many games on them both. I think I'm gonna make my next video a Wukong top guide. I've been playing a lot of them top, trying to get my rhythm back on him. And well, see you next time.